Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? My name is Brian Henson, and I am your instructor for the next 8 weeks for Odessa College's Speech 1321 Business and Professional Speech class. Hope you're all doing well. We're going to spend a few minutes talking about how the course functions, where you go to do the things that you need to do in order to be successful for this class. Okay. So, clicking into the class right off the bat. There I am. I'm your instructor, Brian Henson. If you ever need to get in contact with me, don't be shy about doing it. I'm here to help you through the course. I want you to be successful. That's why we've got things like this video to show you what you can do to make it all happen. So let me put this into what you're going to see as the student. So first things first, you come into the class. First of all, make sure that you're signed up for the right class, okay? Go into start here, all right? And you're going to see everything that's going to get you off on the right foot for this course. First things first, go into the course syllabus, okay? And everything is laid out for you for what you need to see. Now, if you are familiar with taking online courses through Odessa, probably not going to be too different than some of the other online courses that you've had. So here you go. First and foremost, again, welcome to Business and Professional Speech for our first section in the spring, our 8-week course, which has started today. Okay. Everything that you need to see or know about me is listed here. Again, my name's Brian Henson. There's my Odessa email address. I do have my cell phone listed, and we'll talk a little bit about that later on. I am a teacher that works remotely, so I am not on campus. I don't have a physical office. If you do need to meet with me, the best way to do that is online. You can send me an email. We can set up a way to speak through Zoom. I do keep office hours on Mondays and Wednesdays, 11:30 to 12:30 through Zoom. There's the Zoom link. All you need to do is click into that. Again, my cell phone number is there. You can text me if it is an emergency. And what do I mean by that? I mean, Brian, I'm going to drop the class unless I talk to you right now. Okay. Um, you know, please always let me know who you are. Okay. Tell me your name and tell me you're from Odessa College. I do teach at other schools, so it helps me right off the bat understand who it is. I will probably ask you to send me an email with all the details of whatever your question or concern is. Okay. But those are things right there, right off the bat. That's how you're going to get in touch with me. Okay. You can learn a little bit more about me as your instructor going through here. Okay. Guidelines and expectations for what you need to do for the course. Make sure that you spend some time reading through the course syllabus. I tell students this all the time. The syllabus is basically the operating doctrine of the class. If you don't know what's going on in the class, always check the syllabus. Whatever we're doing has to line up with the things that are written in this document. Okay. So yeah, go through. You can find out things like the textbook is listed here. We use a book that is what's considered an online educational resource. It's free. It's called The Business Communication for Success. You can just click on it and boom, there you go. Everything you need to see in the book is there. You can download the book if you'd like. There's lots of different options there. You can read it right in this document by simply clicking on whatever chapters are there. Okay. We will do readings from the book periodically. It's all listed under in your weekly folders for assignments. So those things are there for you to check out. Okay, sorry about that, just popped out there. So, some of the other things, what are you going to be doing in this class? You will see as you go down to the information about the course, exactly what we do here. Okay. This is a speech class. You will be giving presentations, at least you'll be doing 2 at least throughout the course of the semester. There's also discussion boards. There's also some homework assignments too. Everything that you will be doing is broken down here under grading. So you can see discussions are worth 15% of your grade, quizzes 15%, homework 30, and presentations are worth 40. And it is a speech class, so they are worth the most amount there, but you can see how everything breaks down grading wise. How students participate. I expect you to be in the course space, pretty regularly. It is an online class. That's how students stay engaged with online courses, is by getting in there regularly. There is a minimum requirement that you're making posts to discussion boards at least twice a week. I always tell students, for being an online instructor, I like to go into the course space at least once a day, even if I'm in it for a couple minutes, just to see if somebody posted something, just to see if something new popped up. Maybe I'm working on a project, maybe I'm adding stuff. It makes me feel engaged. That's my suggestion to you, okay, beyond the minimum amount of time that you need to spend in the course. But you do need to participate that way. It's not one of those work at your own pace. I'm going to turn things in when I want to turn things in. We do have deadlines, okay? Course policies and things like that, you can go through, take a look. A lot of this stuff isn't too different. Netiquette, if you're not familiar with that, it's how we interact with each other online. Okay, so make sure that you're going through and you're understanding these bullet points that have been laid out here. Remember that in lack of a regular brick and mortar class, there's still some things that, there is still decorum, there's still rules, respecting privacy of your classmates and with what they share, be respectful of everyone. Whatever you're posting, your words are what people would get from face to face. I'm sure you're familiar with things that happen on social media all the time. Don't be one of those people that post something that you wish that you didn't do. So think about what you're going to put on there. Think about how you'd like to be talked to. Another good thing on here, be aware that typing in all caps indicates shouting. Okay. I always tell students, use your best writing capabilities. Listen, capitalize letters, use punctuation, write out letters instead of using numbers or using symbols. Okay. There's a certain sense of professionalism is really what netiquette encompasses. But make sure that you're going through and you're reading these bullet points. If there's anything in the syllabus here that you don't understand, please, please, please ask me, okay, so I can help clarify it. And again, attendance policy is right under here too, so you can understand what's going on. I do hold 2 Zoom sessions throughout the course. Okay. They're towards the tail end of class. I want to say right around your first speech and your second speech. I do hold Zoom meetings. You're not required to come to these Zoom meetings, but again, it's a nice way to touch base. It's good to put a face with a name, that kind of thing. And granted, I will be getting your speeches, and I'll be able to do that too. Okay. But anything that you need to know, grading inquiries, okay, incomplete policies in case that becomes something that pops up, it's all in here. The schedule for the course is laid out, okay, pretty clearly. If you have questions about that, I always tell students it's a good idea in the very beginning of class to look at the schedule, understand when presentations are due, like you have one due week 4, okay, which comes pretty quickly, and also the last week, week 8, okay, the very last week of the class. So look at this calendar, sync it up with your social or your professional calendar, work calendar, vacation, etc. That way nothing's catching you off guard. And I always encourage students, listen, if you know something's coming up down the road, tell me now. It's better than telling me later or after the fact. Okay. Schedule's laid out. I do accept late work throughout the course. Okay. If it becomes chronic, if you're always late, we might have to have a chat. But, hey, a discussion board post, an assignment, maybe something's going on, presentations, your technology's not working right. You're under the weather, you're not feeling well. Okay. Those things we can all work with. I do accept late work until the end of the course. I don't accept late work after the course is closed, though. Late work usually carries some kind of partial credit penalty. Okay, so you will lose points, but it's better than a 0. Okay. And again, extenuating circumstances that pop up, folks, just let me know. I'm a human being. I understand that things happen to people. Work schedules change. People in your family, unfortunately, pass away. Natural disasters, pretty much you name it, I've heard of it. We can work with it. Just talk to me. Okay. Student learning outcomes from the course and general education core objectives are all located in the course syllabus. So make sure that you're taking a look at it. And again, this is the document that tells you how the class operates, okay? Um, some other things that you are going to need to know about. You have your discussion boards. Again, we're going to have a few discussions in class. Um, this is going to require you that you're not only reading the assignment for the discussion board, like discussion board one. For this discussion, think about the last time you had to work with a group or a team and reach an important shared goals, okay? What we're doing is we're asking you to, apply some, you know, personal information about, hey, what did you do when you worked in a team? Be specific. Tell us a story. Okay. Discussion boards are important because this is the what would be considered in a traditional classroom, the back and forth between classmate, student, teacher, student. Okay. So, be ready to type with some formative feedback. A few paragraphs are great. Really kind of get in here. And as you can see here, we asked some pretty probing questions. What are two pieces of information you learned in this week's reading that could help you work better with your group? Be specific. So the discussion boards usually tie into what we're doing for that week. So it's just not a flat out opinion piece. It's how can you take personal experience and couple it with what we're learning about this week? And what you do is you're simply typing your responses in here. What's great about it, you can use bold and italics. You can, post links if for whatever reason you wanted to do that. You can check for spelling and grammar, and you type stuff in here and you would hit respond and it would post things to the discussion board and everyone in the classroom can see it and respond to it. Okay. And what is the most important thing I find, not just from your initial post to the discussion board, but it is your responses to classmates. Okay. We're asking you to read each other's posts and, what kind of feedback do you have for them? Okay. It's a discussion, it's a conversation. So make sure that, you are reading through your classmates' things. Hey, sometimes people don't understand what they're doing. What a better way than to see what other people are posting. Okay. So those are your discussion boards. You hit respond. This pops up. I'm not going to put this in there just so we don't have to go through and knock it out. But you can see like due dates, time it's due. What's the maximum grade? 100 points. Okay. At the end of the week, I go in and I put in grades. I try to do them as quickly as possible. Getting back to how things work in the course. I like to do things weekly. Usually a Monday to Sunday is a week. So most of your items, most of the things I'm asking you to do are due on Sundays. Okay. With the exception of a few things like speeches, the final week is due on a Thursday. Okay. But all those things are laid out. And I also send out announcements every week, at least one that kind of welcomes you to, hey, welcome to week 2. Week 1 grades will be graded at, just to keep you involved, to keep a connection with you and me throughout the class. Okay. On a weekly basis, something you can expect. Okay. Grade book. If you're not familiar with this, this is the area that you're going to go into and you are going to see due dates, which are important. Okay. And when you submit grades, you'll be able to see, the points that you received for everything. At no time, if you're submitting work, you can always go down to the total, which the whole course is worth 1,700 points. There shouldn't be a time where you have no idea what you're getting in this class. I need to, once you turn in work, I have a certain timeline where I have to have grades submitted. Okay. So there's never a time where you're going to submit, a whole bunch of work and, you're not going to hear from me. If you're submitting work, you should know what grade you have. Okay. If you don't know what grade you have, you're probably not submitting work. Okay. So let's get, work on that. Feedback. Well, let's go into, so, first week's assignments. Okay. You can, once you have it uploaded, let's get my head out of the way there. Okay. Actually, let's pick another topic here. Okay. So, you can view assessments. This is where I'll put in my feedback. Okay. Additional comments. You can see, hey, if you got 80 out of 100 points, why did you get 80 out of 100 points? There'll be a reason for that. Um, you know, all those things are available too. So, we try to be pretty transparent here as far as, how you're doing in the class. Okay. Some other items that you need to be aware of, your presentations. Let me pull those up real quick. Find those. Um, hmm. Your presentations, when you do like, here's your discussion, like your meet and greet. Um, you know, if you were to do a video for this, I do ask that you use YouTube when you do submit your presentations. Make sure if you're not familiar with YouTube, it's very easy to use. I'm an old man. I can use it. It's technology. Most of you are using technology on a regular basis. Upload your speeches to YouTube. Make sure you send me the link so I can open it. If the link doesn't open, I can't give you a grade. I usually tell students that are very apprehensive about YouTube a few things. Number one, 400 videos are uploaded to YouTube every minute of the day. Okay. So I have had students in the past that are apprehensive about using YouTube. They think they're going to become a viral sensation and make millions of dollars. And wouldn't that be the worst thing ever? I hate to burst your bubble. It's probably not going to happen. I have things on YouTube right now. If you've probably never seen me before, and I've had things on YouTube for years, like things like videos like this that I'm making. Okay. It's very easy to use. You can put it up, send me the link. I grade it, take the link down. Okay. As soon as you get a grade for your video, and the assignment's past due, or once the class closes, you can take all that stuff down. If you've never used it before, very user friendly. Okay. But that's how we're submitting speeches. We're going to use YouTube. Now, that's the best way to do it, I should say. It's not the only way. There are other tools that you can use through Blackboard Ultra. Uploading MP4 files or movie files, they do take a really long time. And sometimes their storage space, it corrupts what we want to see. But I would tell you to use YouTube. That is your best bet. I use it all the time. I really like it. And I think if you used it before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But basically, we have that, and you can track your progress. You can see feedback over here. All those types of things are available here. So again, the grade book will really help you what's going on as you go through and check out, course content, discussion boards, calendars. Everything is laid out here pretty clearly. And again, I'm here to help you get through the class. Okay, let me get my head out of here real quick. I'm here to help you get through the class, for you to do whatever it is that you need to do to be successful. Please don't be shy about talking to me. I will have office hours where you can, join me via Zoom. If for whatever reason you're in there during my office hours and you don't see me, like I have my camera off and I might be talking on the phone, I might be just not there, away from my desk. Please don't be shy about texting me. Say, hey, Brian, I'm in the course space or I'm in the Zoom space. Can we talk? Remember, I have 2 live Zooms throughout the course. During week 4 is when we have one, and I believe week 8. Okay. And you can go in there and check all those things out. But that's pretty much it, folks. Don't be shy about talking to me. I'm here to help you out. I want you to be successful. And that's what I got going on. So welcome to the class. And I hope you enjoy the next 8 weeks. Taking speech, business and professional speech, 1321. And I'll talk to you later.